we're making love triangles.
Okay.
To celebrate and say goodbye to what we've all known as the Sharon Arts, icon in downtown Peterborough. It's been more than just a gallery and more than just a store. It really supports the artists in the region, both like as a place to grow personally and see new work and see each other's work and connect with each other. And also start to make a living from what they're doing. The store was really a big part of the arts economy here. It's not just the artists that are selling work, but it's the people that are putting together, this and that and the other thing to sort of supplement their creative life and their creative dreams. And they want to be in a space that supports all of that and puts food on the table.
You're the director of Arts Alive, so for wondering what do you feel like the follow-up is to that without the Sharon Arts Center?
I think the biggest message that we're hearing from the arts community that I'm working with is that, they can probably find a place to make and they can probably find a place to sell. But what they are having trouble wrapping their brains around is finding a place where they can find each other. And that is sort of devastating. Because I think one of the really important things about art is that it gives us a way to connect with each other, and it gives us a way to critically think about the world around us. And without peer input and without creating in a community, you're creating in a vacuum, and just like working in an office all by yourself, it's very isolating and limiting. And I know the Sharon Arts Center, running classes all year round and bringing in community for different types of time commitments, and then also just having open space like they did in the past was really, really important for a lot of artists. And that's particularly this one woman, I think she wrote an article for the paper recently about her experience that she makes because it gives her a sense of control and ownership over something, because she's dealt with some trauma in her life, and it gives her an outlet that she feels safe doing, and she wants to do that in a community of people, not alone.
Sure, yeah.
So there's both of these really interesting huge pulls of like, we need a home, we also need to support this whole economic world of arts and culture that are here. It's tough everywhere. In particular in Peterborough, I think I was at this community conversation on the value of the arts, and I really wanted to push this idea that the creative economy, people working in creative industries, their average income, $24,000. The average per capita income for Peterborough is more than twice that.
I think I was there for that. I think you said it was something around 70.
That is what the 2016 data showed. Per capita income, $70,000 generally for Peterborough. So, there's this huge disparity. There's this incredible value that arts bring to our communities that I'm not sure we can quantify financially or economically.
Sure, I know what you mean about that, yeah.
Yeah, and then also, there are so many businesses and organizations that are asking artists for work for free. And it's so incongruous. It doesn't make sense to have, board members perhaps in that echelon asking artists in the $24,000 income range to donate their time and their skills and their creative ideas. So there's something funny going on, and
do you have any ideas to what that disconnect might be?
I think a big piece of it is, and the facilitator of the conversation was pretty excited about the idea that artists are really passionate people. They're really invested in their community. They're really excited to make work. So why don't we give them opportunities to? So I think that there's some sort of idea that that because artists, we're passionate and want to make, that we'll just do it.
Right. Right.
And oftentimes, to get started, artists will do that, and will put together festivals, or will donate work or play a concert for free to get started, to get exposure. But there is a threshold of how much you can get paid in exposure, and then when your business needs to take the next step, sometimes that payment in exposure creates a culture of expectation, where now everyone just expects artists to do it for free. And it's completely different. Like, in entrepreneurship, you expect, yes, it's going to be really hard, and I'm going to have to, put in a few months or maybe a year or two of unpaid work, and then my business is going to take off, right?
Right.
And for artists, it's a little bit the same, but then it doesn't always take off after that. And one of the things we're trying to do is really communicate to artists that they need to value their work, and they need to ask to be paid, because it starts to create that culture of valuing their work and valuing their time and valuing all the amazing things they bring to the community. I mean, for the last 10 years, Arts Alive has really dug into this economic impact of both arts nonprofits and for-profit creative industry businesses. And just saying, when arts events happen, there is an incredible return to the community from audience members and from the spending of these festivals and events, because a lot of the culture for these organizations is they like to buy local. So there's been that. I think now we're beginning to start to think about the health and well-being and sort of community cohesion impacts that arts and culture are having such an incredible impact on, and how to communicate that, and if we need to monetize that to communicate that appropriately, or if we can do that some other way.
Sure.
And it's really interesting. It's because when we were founded in 2009, we were mid-economic crisis. So of course we were talking about the economic value of the arts. Now I think we're in a different sort of crisis. And this other intrinsic, empathic, connection-based value of the arts is a great topic and hot point for people that aren't bought in yet.
To me, it kind of seems like it might be the deeper solve, though. We may have been trying to deal with it in 2009, 2010 with the financial crisis at that time, but now it seems more about the existential qualities. It's way more of a. It seems more ideological, but I gotta believe that's gonna get to the root of it a little more. Is that sort of what you mean?
That is what I mean, and that is, that's why I'm in the arts. It's because arts saved my life, so I want to really make sure everyone knows that it has the power to do that. So to me, it was really always very important to talk about the economics of it, but my way in was through personal stories. And it was amazing how you could get these very stuffy, sort of very right-brained, is that the right side? Linear, factual, sort of return on investment thinking folks to really open up and relax and accept a story with this emotional way in.